trust Costco. You buy in bulk, you bring it home, you don't think twice. You figure if something was wrong, they'd tell you. They have your data, they have your email. That's the whole point of the membership. That trust, 6 times this year, it had a gap in it nobody told you about. Here's what gets me about this. Costco knows everything about you as a member. Everything. They know what you bought. They know which exact lot number you took off that shelf. They know the date you bought it, the store you bought it from, and they have your email address, your phone number, your home address, all of it sitting in a database that activates every single time you scan your membership card at checkout. And yet, 6 recalls this year, contaminated products, mislabeled allergens, a listeria case in a ready-to-eat item, and members, real people, your kind of people, people who shop at Costco every week trusting that somebody's watching out for them, finding out about it from a random third-party app. Not from Costco, not from any official notification, from an app they happened to download once and almost forgot about. That's the part I can't get past. It's not that the recalls happened. Recalls happen everywhere. It's that the system to tell you about them, the system you're quietly trusting every time you put something in your cart, isn't doing what you think it's doing. And once I understood that, I couldn't ununderstand it. So now you're going to know too. Let me start with the one that genuinely disturbed me. Because this one isn't a bureaucratic technicality. This one is personal if you have anyone in your life who's older or dealing with a health condition. Spring 2025. A Kirkland signature, ready-to-eat product, something you open, pull out, and eat directly without cooking. Tests positive for Listeria monocytogenes. FDA issues a Class 1 recall. That's the top of the scale. That language, reasonable probability of serious adverse health consequences or death. That's the FDA's actual wording. Not my dramatization, their words. Now here's what Listeria actually does to different people. Healthy adult? You get sick, badly sick, fever, chills, muscle aches, sometimes worse. Miserable, but survivable for most. But if you're over 65, if you're pregnant, if you're immunocompromised, going through chemo, recovering from a transplant, managing an autoimmune condition, Listeria doesn't stay in that category. For those people, it can be fatal. The CDC tracks roughly 260 Listeria deaths in the US every year. Not thousands, but 260 real people with names and families. Now think about this specific situation. This wasn't a single-serving product. This was Costco bulk format. The kind of thing you bring home, put in the fridge, and eat across a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. Some households, 3 weeks. Which means the exposure wasn't one bad meal. For some members, it was 10 days of eating the same contaminated product. 12 days, 14, still eating it, because nobody told them to stop. I pulled the recall documentation, cross-referenced it with member complaint records. The gap between the official recall issuance and direct member outreach, in some regions, stretched past 7 days. 7 days, with all that data sitting right there, with every tool needed to send a direct message already built into the membership system they use for marketing emails every single week. Take a second with that. Okay, so that was one of the 6. Let me walk you through the rest. And I promise I'm not just going to read you a list because that would be boring and useless. I want to show you the pattern because there's a clear one. The allergen failures. And this one hits different if you have food allergies in your family. 2 of the 6 recalls involved undeclared allergens. And I want you to understand what that actually means. This isn't trace amounts of something in a shared facility. This is a full labeling failure. An ingredient that triggers potentially fatal allergic reactions was not listed on the label at all. Someone managing a serious tree nut or dairy allergy reads that label, sees no warning, puts it in the cart, takes it home, and eats it. They did everything right. They read the label. The label lied. The FDA's numbers. Allergen reactions send over 30,000 people to the ER every year in the US alone. And 2 Kirkland products in 2025 had this exact failure. Both were posted on recall.fda.gov. Both showed up on Costco's website. And members, documented on record, found out from a third-party app. Not the store, not the company. An app. If you've opened the Costco app before hoping to find a recall alert and found nothing, honestly, drop it in the comments below, because based on everything I've found, you are absolutely not alone in that experience. The second bacterial contamination case, separate from the Listeria recall. There was a Salmonella contamination. Also, Class 1. Also, a ready-to-eat product. Also, already in people's homes before the recall went out. Different product, different pathogen, identical failure in the notification chain. And to be genuinely fair here, because I think fairness makes this point stronger, not weaker, Costco is not the worst retailer on this. They do in-store signage, they update the website. For some high-severity cases, they have sent direct notifications. They are better than most. But better than most stops meaning much when we're talking about Salmonella and Listeria in food people are actively eating. The mislabeling cases. 2 more recalls. Wrong ingredient lists, nutritional information that didn't match the actual product contents. And look, compared to Listeria, this sounds almost minor. I get it. But here's the thing that bothered me about these 2 specifically. Mislabeling isn't contamination that sneaks in from somewhere. Mislabeling is a production process failure. Something broke down in how the product was manufactured and checked before it ever left the facility. When that happens to 2 separate products in the same year, you're not looking at 2 isolated mistakes. You're looking at a signal about the system that built them, and both times, same outcome. Website updated, FDA database entry posted, direct member notification incomplete. So why does this keep happening? And this is the part I actually find the most interesting, because the answer isn't what you'd expect. It's not malice. It's not that someone at Costco sat in a meeting and said, "Don't tell the members." It's something more frustrating than that. It's a system that was designed in a different era and never got updated. The FDA's recall notification framework was built before retailers had real-time purchase data on every member. Before a membership card swipe generated a complete transaction record in milliseconds. The regulatory architecture predates all of that, and nobody, not the FDA, not Congress, not the industry, has required retailers to use the data they already have to reach the specific people who actually bought a recalled product. Researchers at the Pew Charitable Trusts who study recall system failures have been pointing at this exact gap for years. The technology exists, the data exists, the legal requirement to use them does not. And there's one more uncomfortable layer here, and trade publication data going back over a decade shows this clearly. When retailers send aggressive direct recall notifications, members reduce purchasing in that product category. Not just the recalled item, the whole category. The incentive for a retailer to over-communicate on recalls genuinely works against them commercially. The regulation doesn't force them past that, so the minimum gets done, and sometimes the minimum isn't enough. Hey, if this is the kind of deep dive you want more of, subscribe. We do exactly this every week, finding the gaps in systems people trust without thinking about. Now here's what to actually do with all of this. 3 things. Specific. None of them require trusting that the retailer system will reach you in time. First, go around the retailer entirely. 3 minutes, do it today. Go to fda.gov. Find the Recalls and Safety Alerts page. Sign up for direct email notifications by category. Food, dietary supplements, whatever you buy. You will get recall notices before most retailers update anything. It's free. It takes 3 minutes, and it means you are no longer dependent on a website you'd have to think to check. Second, build a 90-second lot number habit for anything long shelf. For ready-to-eat items, deli products, dairy, anything you'll keep for more than a week. Make a note of the lot number. It's printed on the packaging near the best buy date. When a recall posts on recall.fda.gov, The exact affected lot numbers are listed right there. 90 seconds to cross-reference. You don't need to do this for everything, just the categories that showed up in these 6 recalls. Third, if anyone in your household is high risk, build your own real-time system. Over 65, pregnant, immunocompromised, download a dedicated recall tracking app. Several free options let you scan barcodes and check against live recall databases instantly. That becomes your notification system. Because as we just established, the official one isn't fast enough for situations where speed genuinely matters. And if you've already eaten something and you're not sure, your doctor has context about your specific health picture that no recall database has. That's the right call if you're genuinely concerned. 6 recalls. 3 different ways the system broke. And a notification gap that left some members eating contaminated food for over a week. Not because the technology to reach them didn't exist, but because nobody required it to be used. One thing, right now. Before the next video starts, open fda.gov and set up the email alert. You've just built yourself a better safety net than the one you've been quietly trusting. Here's what I keep thinking about though. Every single week, Costco uses that exact same member database, your name, your email, your purchase history, to send you promotions, membership renewal reminders, offers for things you might want to buy. They know how to reach you. They do it all the time. The question is just, what counts as important enough to use it?